Hi again, Gary. I just realized there was a couple different small things that I left out that I wanted to show you. So if we come back here to this scan, for your website, it shows that you're missing the schema for name, address, phone number, and for reviews, which basically means, despite the fact that you have your name and your phone number and reviews on your website, Google isn't indexing them because there's no what they call schema markup, which is it's essentially the code that Google is able to read. Versus if you have an image on the website that has your phone number on that image, it can't tell the difference between one image to another, so it doesn't know that you have your phone number on there, if that makes sense. So that's why schema markup would need to be added to your website so that it can actually index all that information, cross-reference, and give you that extra bump that comes with having a website that it can index. One other thing is if we go over back here to Cobb and all of their citations, if we actually, I wanted to click on this one here. So if we look at this, you can see that they've got some inconsistencies with their information across some directories. So Facebook here, for example, the reason that one is showing as inconsistent is because of the name, as you can see, it's highlighted in red, and the Z for AZ for Arizona is lowercase. Same with this one. But in the majority of the rest of these, well, I wouldn't say majority, but in a lot of the other ones, it's capitalized. So that one's capitalized, that one's lowercase. So just the address and the name that I ran the search across, I ran it as lowercase. So that's why some of these lowercase are showing up as not inconsistent. But this one has got SElectric.com, so there's probably a issue with that website versus this one doesn't even have website indexed. So anyways, they've got some. They're not perfect, but they're good enough to be at the top on almost every search. And the point that I'm trying to make here is basically that if we get your citations, if we basically go and we get you citations at all of these different directories and data aggregators that they have citations on, but we make yours consistent and complete, and I'll geotag all the photos as well for any of those sites that actually accept photos. So if we do that, we match what they've already done, but do it correctly, and then even add more citations, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to take over that number one spot for the vast majority of searches. So just based on that, I don't think it would be very difficult or take very long for Google to do all the indexing it needs to actually get you at the top. The average for somebody that doesn't even have any any decent information on their website or citations is about 3 months. So I can't make any promises as to how long it would take to get you to that top spot. But logically, I would assume that it would take certainly less than 3 months. For similar projects like this, I've seen it take as little as 3 weeks to 1 month. Which after that 1 month or however long it does end up taking, all of a sudden it switches over from Cobb getting all the business and taking pictures with their Tesla and their nice truck and everything, over to you getting that kind of business. So I mean, you can tell if he's driving this this nice Tesla Model S, and he's got this nice F-150 Platinum with a personalized license plate. Cobb is obviously doing pretty well. They're getting a lot of business, and we can get you up there, getting just as many phone calls and maybe even more if we, get all the stuff corrected and get you some more positive reviews. And that's one other thing that we can do too, is looking at your reviews. Cobb has 17 reviews and an average rating of 4.9. If we go down to yours, I believe it was 4.2. Yes, 5 reviews and an average of 4.2. So that's one other thing that we can do as well, is we can basically take over the management of your reviews. And what will happen is when somebody leaves you a review, if they decide to give you a 4 or 5 star review, then we basically just let them go ahead and leave that review. But if they're going to give you like a 3-star review or lower, for example, we can actually set it up so that instead of saying, okay, go ahead and post your review right away, there will be a pop-up that says, would you rather contact us and let us know how we can improve, instead of writing the review. and give them that option. So that will mitigate a lot of the lower reviews to keep your star rating on here higher. Which also, again, if you were up there right next to Cobb and you had 4.2 and they had 5 or 4.9 rather, with a little bit more than 3 times as many reviews, that's going to be a big factor in whether or not somebody clicks on Cobb or clicks on your link there. So that's also definitely something that we can help you out with. But anyways, that's just a few different things that I forgot to put in the last video that I wanted to make sure that you're aware of. So again, I hope to hear from you soon.